everybody. Welcome to Cocktail Time on Sunday night here at 4 Player Network. Hope you all had a good week and a good weekend. It may only look like there's two of us, but there is more. There is more. There's always more. So, hey everybody, welcome to Cocktail Time for 4 Player Network. I'm Joseph Christ, and with me this weekend is King Bob, as you can see.
I was trying to go with a Burger King.
I was going to say you've been eating a lot of fast food lately.
Exactly.
What I was going to see. And here, but not visible, is actually Chris Davis. Hello, Chris Davis.
Hey all, how y'all doing?
We've had Chris Davis is having some problems with his camera and plugins and whatnot, so we couldn't get his camera working. But
basically, Google Talk is a piece of shit.
Yeah,
and because of that, that's why you don't get to look on my Adonis face, and
that's right.
You only get to hear my incredible voice.
And this basically means that for once, I can do a show without an erection, because normally it's just all the blood.
I'll give Bob some time. I mean, he'll get around to it.
He'll start to beef it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I did open up my shirt last time.
Oh, I forgot about. I totally forgot about the end of that show when we did that. Yeah. For those who didn't see Cocktail Time last week, it is actually on YouTube and on the main website now. We're actually getting these up within the week, and then we're going to be putting the old shows up interspersed, here and there. But if you guys want to watch the old show, you can always look that up. And it's important because you won't know what's going on with today's show unless you watch the last show. You have to keep yourself updated.
We got a very epic storyline that goes on multiple episodes. There's a lot of plots and intrigue.
And twists. Yeah. M. Night Shyamalan twists sort of stuff going on.
I mean, is anybody going to know about the whole Second Life thing? Like, we have a whole arc going on with that.
We do. People need to know where we're coming from. And when we say a woman is naked on top and locomotive on the bottom, they need to know. They need to know what we're talking about. And the drunk British woman who wanted people to piss on her in Second Life. This is important information, people.
It's crucial.
It's crucial stuff you guys need to know. All right.
It looks like it actually might be working.
Are you working now?
Possibly.
All right. Well, why don't you try to come in and see? Let's see if this works. We'll do this live. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Everything. Is he coming? Is he coming?
Loading bar. Maybe.
Wait. Maybe.
Fucking.
No.
Oh my god. Fucking program, man.
All right, well let's do our toast of the week. How about that? Yeah. All right, I'm going to start this one out because my toast is definitely going to Ubisoft for Far Cry 3. That probably was my toast last week because I was excited about Far Cry 3. And now I've actually played Far Cry 3. I'm loving Far Cry 3. And it took all of my being to pull me away from Far Cry 3 just long enough to do this fucking show. So you should all feel very pleased about the fact that I'm here. About fucking loving Far Cry 3. We'll definitely be talking about a lot of Far Cry 3 during this show, so I'll just leave it there, but that's my toast. Bob, what do you got?
Well, actually, so it's kind of a weird toast. It's both a yay toast and a fuck you toast. It goes to The Walking Dead for winning the VGAs.
Oh, that's right. We got to talk about the VGAs. That's right. We can talk about the VGAs. Yeah. I didn't watch the VGAs. I was doing things I don't want to do, or I didn't want to be doing. But I hear it wasn't so bad as it normally was. Like I hear it. I mean, they're still bad. Believe me.
It was.
Yeah, they didn't teabag anyone.
But no teabagging.
Yeah, it's up a step.
And only just a little bit of overt sexism.
Yeah,
just a little bit,
just a
sprinkling of overt sexism, which is which is much better than the caramel fudge sundae of sexism that they normally serve up every year.
Oh god, yeah, I don't know. The commercials were pretty bad though.
Well, it's it's just how it goes. But yeah, no, congratulations to The Walking Dead. That surprised me, actually.
Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised that they actually chose that game when they could have chosen fucking a Halo 4 or some other bullshit.
That's what I expected. I expected Halo 4 Game of the Year. It does so many new things. But
it's so compelling.
So compelling. All those graphics.
It's really pushing the bar.
It's got wonderful graphics. Beautiful. When I walk with Master Chief and the gun goes up and down, I really feel a sense of weight. I feel a sense of weight.
In my heart.
In my heart. And the combat is visceral. It's a visceral, weighty combat. Oh, man. Okay, Chris Davis.
I have to put my thing out to Ubisoft for Far Cry 3. I've really been enjoying this game.
Yeah. I'm liking it a lot. There's some small issues, and I feel like in some ways this game was probably a much grander game, almost toward the end, because there's things in there that seem very unfinished, and I think things got scaled down pretty quick toward the end of development. But I'm actually loving it very much.
Yeah.
We'll
you know what I really like about it?
What's that?
I like the fact that I'm not playing some super soldier hero or some just the ultimate commander dude. I'm just a fucking tourist with a gun. That's all I am.
You heard it here first, everyone. Chris Davis,
it's like your regular vacations.
Just a tourist with a gun.
Yeah, just like whenever you go to Mexico every summer.
Pretty much. Yeah.
What you gotta do in the South Pacific?
That's
I mean,
true.
What else do you have to do? I mean, sit around and get sunburned?
So should we just go right into our Far Cry 3 discussion? Should we just hurl ourselves?
Are we gonna do our toasts?
Oh, that's right. We're gonna do our toast. You always.
What are we drinking?
You have to keep me on track, Bob, because I get into the show. This is what happens. I get into the show and I get all focused on it. And I'm like, "Fuck, you're gonna do the show," and then I forget the small little things. And you have to keep me on the straight and narrow, Bob. If I forget that we actually have to drink after our toast,
right? I mean, it is called a cocktail time, and if we don't talk about actually drink during the show, it's
worse than that because we would never acknowledge it. See, the fact we toasted, we didn't actually toast. I'm halfway there. It's I'm just sticking the tip in. I'm not using the entire shaft.
Just prodding. Just a little bit.
The whole shaft. Okay, I am drinking two things. I have just a little bit of vodka here, a shot of vodka here, and I'm also drinking coffee. Coffee, that's right. I didn't drink enough coffee today. I usually drink about a pot of coffee a day.
That's ridiculous.
That's
probably not healthy.
That's a bare minimum, is usually a pot of coffee a day. You think that's unhealthy?
Well, you get a lot of great antioxidants from it, but that's way too much caffeine for you. It increases your blood pressure way too much.
No, but every time I get my blood pressure checked, it's okay.
I guess if you're naturally your blood pressure's fine, you'll probably be okay. But it's still having that much of anything is not that good.
From what I hear, coffee is good for keeping the cancer at bay.
Well, the antioxidants, yeah. But it depends if you're using it with sugar or cream.
But, no, usually just black.
Yeah, just black is probably the best way to do it.
Right.
But still, it's if you make a huge pot and then you just let it sit there for a while, all the nice oils and whatnot start to break down. It gets really nasty.
Oh, yeah. I like to say that I like my coffee like I like my women. Cheap, and from a third world country.
Yeah. It's terrible.
So that's what I'm drinking. What are you drinking, Chris? Since you can't actually see it, we need you to be as descriptive as possible.
Well, I am, unfortunately, since I overindulged slightly last night, I am just drinking some tea.
I overindulged last night as well. Who didn't? What?
Who didn't?
I know. Well, I had as you know, I had a really long week. I began it sick and then ended up being really crazy busy. And then last night, I got my first day off, and I was like, oh, well, I'm just gonna let loose. I'm gonna throw it down. And that's what
Drink your sorrows away.
Drink my sorrows away. All right, let us toast. Oh, Bob, what are you?
Yes, what am I drinking?
What are you drinking? For God's sakes! For God's sakes, Bob, what are you drinking?
So I'm going to be drinking. I picked one of these up at the store today. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's a Mississippi Mud.
I have actually. I've seen that. We have that at the
it's a jug
at the QFC.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
It's basically it's just a black and tan, but
Right.
I'll be drinking on that.
All right. Oh, that's classy. Yeah, I like it when the
Yeah,
metal
so
breaks,
really-
when the metal tabs break off. That's what,
Oh yeah.
That sounds like quality. Is what it is.
Well, according to them, it's slow brewed.
Slow brewed.
Yeah,
I see.
and it's got
In a bathtub.
an alligator on it. So
Oh, so you know it's good.
oh yeah,
You know it's good. And is that your main drink? Is that what you're drinking? Or do you have a shot?
yeah. This is what I'm drinking. I got kind of a headache, so I just want to drink.
All right. Well, let's do our toast
mild
then.
beer.
1, 2, 3.
I didn't actually say what the fuck you part of that toast was.
Oh, you have a fuck you part?
Yeah, it's to me for not finishing The Walking Dead.
Oh,
I need to actually fucking play it.
well, you know what? Excuse me, I'm still sick. I have not played The Walking Dead yet. But
What? Okay, what? Fuck.
But here's the thing. I've seen the entire thing.
With that.
What?
You're making an excuse. There is no excuse.
There really is no excuse, but the fact is I've seen the whole thing. I've seen
Oh, you've been watching all the episodes.
I've been watching Brad and Nolan. I've actually seen every episode be played.
Yeah, actually, that's what I turn off the feed whenever they're broadcasting that because I want to go see it. I want to see it for myself, experience it for myself.
Frank over at Sizen over at 4pp.tv watching live. And if you're not watching live, I should ask you why or not. He says I should still play it no matter what.
Yeah.
Just because I guess with the different choices you make and whatnot, it could end up different, I suppose, or at least different paths on that story. But yeah, I know. It's just there's so much stuff like Far Cry 3, that I've been playing, and I still have to play some more Far Cry 3. And then after that, I probably should play some more Far Cry 3. So my gaming log is just my gaming dance card is just full. I should say.
That is true.
But let's talk about Far Cry 3. Why don't we?
should.
Let's talk about it. Then we'll talk about The Walking Dead and the VGAs. We'll get to that later. But I think the elephant in the room here is Far Cry 3. So let's talk about that. Chris Davis, how far did you get? How many hours have you put in so far?
I think I've put in about 10 now.
Okay.
10 to 12.
I'm at 12 and a half. So I'm kind of...
I want to say that I'm about halfway through the game.
Yeah. It's hard for me to tell because I've been spending a lot of time just running around the island and doing shit and not really doing the main story.
I can understand that. I've liberated about half the island at this point, so...
I've done that too... Well, I've liberated about 3/4 of the first island. Now, there's a second island below your starting island, isn't there? There's 2 islands.
Well, then I've pretty much liberated all of the first island then.
Okay, I'm almost done liberating the first island. But I've just been kind of doing that and going around and collecting relics and just doing hunting stuff. A lot of my gear is pretty much maxed out except for the last parts that require the hunting missions. So, for people who are not familiar, Far Cry 3 is all about, you start basically with nothing, and then to upgrade your holsters or upgrade your ammo pouches or upgrade your backpack, you actually need to go hunting wild animals in the world, and you need certain types of leather to make these things, and then you can pretty much max them out. But the final form, I guess, of your equipment can only be upgraded by getting the skin of a certain type of animal, like a rare animal,
a human, a person,
and then you look in the mirror and realize the monster is you.
Yeah, this horrible face masks just chopped up from several different people.
You become Leatherface.
Several different races.
Yeah, you become Leatherface.
Yeah. Or you're like Buffalo Bill from
or Buffalo Bill. I like Leatherface. I'd rather be Leatherface than Buffalo
Leatherface.
Bill.
Yeah.
Because I tell you, Buffalo Bill, he's sort of he hasn't really accepted who he is, and he has a lot of inner turmoil, and he isn't he doesn't really dedicated himself to the idea of mass murder. Whereas Leatherface is just, that's what he does. You know, he's like, hello, my name is Mr. Face, and I saw up people with a chainsaw. That's what I do.
You gotta own it.
That's what you gotta own it. You know, and he really he wears it is what he does. Like a second skin, you know. But so, what are your thoughts so far, Chris?
Well, I really enjoy the exploration aspect of it. And as I said earlier, I like playing as a character that's not a fucking super soldier for once.
Right.
The hunting is actually really interesting. I like how they've implemented the animals this time around, considering the last game pretty much had none, despite the fact that you're in fucking Africa.
Right.
They had no hunting and they were in Africa?
No, there were some animals, but there wasn't a lot of animals.
I mean, there was, I don't know, maybe 3 buffalo throughout that entire game. That's about it.
Right.
I mean, this game is 100 times the amount of life in it that Far Cry 2 was.
Yeah. It's almost like, at times there's almost too much life. Because animals will fuck your shit up if you're not paying attention.
Oh yeah, I've had more than a bad encounter with a tiger or a bear.
Those are sons of bitches. The tigers are sons of bitches.
Do they also attack the AI?
Yes. So
they do.
What's really cool is that, you know how, and I will say outright that, you know, Far Cry 3 is not Skyrim with guns. It's not. But one thing that Bethesda does really well is make all these different, you know, AI type of characters, NPC characters that all have their own personalities and their own routines, but they also can interact with each other. And this game is like that. So, you know, enemies will attack you. Animals will attack you, enemies will attack animals, and vice versa. And then you have soldiers on your side, and if they meet each other somewhere out in the wilderness, they'll start fighting each other without you interacting with them, just naturally do these things, which is very cool.
Yeah.
So, but go on, Chris.
I also like, for example, there's in several outposts that you can liberate, you'll find a handy a very versatile amount of soldiers that you had to fight against. You know, you got the standard trooper, you got the sniper, you've got the kind of like the psycho guys from Borderlands in there.
Yeah.
And you got the super armored guys. But one of the ways you can counter them sometimes is if you can get a good view into the map, their base, sometimes you can see a caged predator animal. Whether that's some kind of, I don't know, emu ostrich thing in there, cassowary or carsowary, something like that.
I've seen everything.
Cassowaries are mean.
I've seen everything.
They
in this game, they're assholes. Jesus, and there's always 4 or 5 of them. I've seen everything from those to like tigers in those cages.
And tigers and leopards and bears and oh my.
Yes.
and so if you actually shoot the cage, it'll break it, and the creature will break out and start attacking the guards. Mm-hmm. And it's a great way to, you know, complete an area. I was trying to liberate an outpost, and for there was like a couple of castaways in there, and so I shut the cage. But then I started hearing some hissing around me. I realized there's like 3 or 4 Komodo dragons pretty fucking close to me.
Clever girl.
I got them to kind of charge at me, and then they noticed the guards inside the outpost and started attacking them. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to fire a fucking bullet to liberate an outpost.
Yeah. and when you liberate an outpost without getting spotted or seen, you get like double the XP. You get like or triple, something like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. So that's why I try to do all the fucking time.
Yeah. So it's really cool. I mean, it's one of those and it's one of those things where you don't need to really do the story, and that's sort of where one of my little pet peeves with the game is that the game really wants you to do the story. Like, there's never a time that there's not a prompt coming up telling you like what your next story objective is, you know? And once you actually get into these story missions and you're actually inside of a story mission, the game actually becomes very linear for an open world game. Like, you can't leave the mission area type of thing, which is really weird.
Yeah.
So it's sort of interesting. Like, the game is very dualistic, where it has this open world component, excuse me. But once you get into these missions, it's very like more of a linear type of experience. And I almost wish they sort of didn't have to do that so rigidly, you know. But it's not really detracting too much. It's just that I wish it wasn't necessary to do it that way. I mean, there's some missions where it's like it almost feels like you're playing in like a small level, because, you know, I think in particular the mission I'm thinking of is when you get captured by Voss and he starts burning down the building around you. Like it's a tightly scripted linear mission that ends with a turret sequence, pretty much, in this like beautiful open world game where you can almost like do anything. To have these story missions so rigid, it feels off to me, you know, and I feel like that was a bit of a missed opportunity. Am I kind of wrong in that, Chris, or do you kind of see that?
I don't know. I've got no problem with like turret sequences in there. I mean, as long as they're fun, I'll be just fine with it. Yeah. And I remember the exact thing you're talking about, and even then, when you try to rescue another friend a few missions later, there's another turret sequence,
right?
But it's just fine. I mean, I've got no issue with it.
Yeah,
as long as the turret mission is fun, right. I'll deal with it.
I think I just felt like when you have this giant play space to work with, and you have all of these possibilities, and your character is exceptionally versatile. It feels really cool, like just creeping around and taking guys out with knife kills. And you can take guys out. You can do these double knife kills. You take out one guy, and then a little prompt will appear over another guy if he's close, and you'll remove the knife from the guy you're killing and throw it at the other guy and like kill them both with knife takedowns. You can kill guys from, you know, above or below, and sneaking around. And especially there's this one perk where you in a crouching position you move as fast as you are when you're like walking, like normally. And it's really good because you can get around and sneak around bases really fast and just take out a whole bunch of dudes, and it feels great. It feels really good. And, you know, then you have the boats and the vehicles and all this kind of stuff, and all these great aspects to the open world components of this game. And then to sort of like, I don't know, like I said, rigidly put these linear story missions in there, it feels like they could have done a lot more than that, you know? So I felt it was a little bit of a missed opportunity. And you can have, you know, big, you know, like vibrant open world missions, because they did them in Bad Company, like Bad Company 2, right? Or Bad Company, more Bad Company, as much, not so much in Bad Company 2, but definitely Bad Company. Well, Bad Company 2. But I mean, the world wasn't as big, but you can still do that and sort of make this sort of make these objectives sort of open-ended. So I was more surprised they decided not to go that way. But honestly, of my 12 and a half hours of playing this game, I probably spent maybe an hour of that doing story missions. Because they're pretty quick when you do them. They're not very complicated.
They can be, yeah.
Maybe they can be later, but not the ones I've done so far. I haven't even... I've only rescued 2 of my friends. I've rescued... I don't remember their names because I hate all my friends in this game. I hate all of them. I don't want to have to save them. I'd rather, like, join up with Voss or Citra and just hang out with them all the time. Because all the supporting characters in this game are fantastic. Voss, I still love Voss. He's, like, so much fun to watch. You know, Citra's very cool. The Dr. Earnhardt is very cool. All of them are very cool, except for your friends. All your friends are just douchebags. I don't like any of them at all. Like, I think I have to save, like, the guy who smokes weed next, and I don't want him around. Like, why don't we just, like, leave him? How don't we just split the money and just send him away?
Where do they go when you save them? Do they, like, follow you around?
No, they live in a cave.
Yeah.
Well, the hippie might like it.
I'm sure the hippie loves it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's infatuated, especially with the doctor. He is infatuated with him as soon as he meets him. And
I tell you, I love the doctor. Well, here's one thing I noticed, though, and I think I tweeted this, was that if you look at the lines and the dialogue of the doctor in the videos we've seen before the game came out, it's different than the stuff they ended up with. And in fact, it's not different in terms of lines, but it's different in terms of delivery. So originally in the videos we saw, like Dr. Earnhardt was Earnhardt, or maybe I'm saying it wrong. He was a little more like weird, you know, and he was a little more like I guess messed up, and he seemed a little more heady. In this one, they played it much straighter. which I kind of don't like. I kind of like the more odd Dr. Ironheart than the one they kind of ended up with. And I guess, because when...
The eccentric one?
The more eccentric one, yeah. He's not nearly... He's still eccentric, but he's not as eccentric as he was. And I think they probably ended up... They wanted to just pull the character back a little bit. I'm kind of upset, because I loved the way the character was in those early videos. So, and you'll see when you play the game, and then look at the earlier videos. Like, I think it was the scene when Jason, your character, first meets the Doctor for the first time. Look at the old videos of that, and then watch it in-game, and the delivery is totally different, and I like the older version better. But that's just me, But, yeah, someone in our chat, 4pp.tv, said that Oliver is a 100% douche. So...
Yeah, he's, as far as I can tell, he's pretty much not worth a damn.
Yeah.
Can you choose not to save certain characters?
No.
Not really. It like I said, yeah, like the story is... This game is very story-focused, And it's not like a Skyrim or an Elder Scrolls game where you'll have a logbook and you'll have all of these missions that you can do, and a bunch of them are probably story and a bunch of them are side quests. In this game, you can only have one active mission, one mission at a time. Like one main mission at a time. So you can't just go around collecting a whole bunch of quests, basically, and then just sort of save them and bank them and just kind of go through them. You always can only have one at a shot. And so, it's kind of like, well, all right, fine. But it's very story-focused. So. And unfortunately, you have to save your stupid friends. I wish you didn't even have to save your stupid friends. I wish, and I tweeted this as well, I wish in the game you could just totally not save your friends at all, and you can go and join up with Voss, or you can go join up with Citra, and then fight the other person for control of the island. Like, imagine if you could just work for Voss in Far Cry 3 and start taking over, parts of the island for him. And then at the end, like, you have to battle Voss, and you defeat him, and then you become the new Voss.
You eat his heart. You gain his power. You eat
his heart and gain his power, and they give you a mohawk. And then at the end of the game, is you're Voss, and all those people are like, yeah.
And then they send you a free copy of Far Cry 3.
And they send you a free copy of Far Cry 3.
Yeah.
Which I still haven't gotten my Far Cry 3 copy yet.
It'll probably arrive Monday or Tuesday.
Probably. I'm just glad I bought it anyway.
So how many copies will you have now? 3?
No, I have the one I purchased, right? I have the one that I'm getting from Ubisoft for doing the haircut thing at PAX. But the thing is, I don't remember if I talked about this last week, but they gave everyone who was getting a game got a letter in the mail saying, "Thank you, gamer, for becoming Voss and helping us to do this thing at PAX Prime. Your free copy of Far Cry 3 will be arriving in the mail." And everyone got this letter. So telling them they're going to get the game. I got 2 letters. I got 2 letters. Same letter, but I got it twice. So I'm wondering if I'm going to get 2 copies of the game now, which would mean that I have 3 copies of Far Cry 3, which is good in case I want to play...
It's a holy trinity.
Well, it's good in case I want to play the game more than once. But, yeah. But anyway, what else? What are the thoughts you have on it, Chris?
Well,
I love the hunting. Let's talk about that for a minute.
The hunting is fun.
The hunting is great, and I think it's some of the better hunting that I've played. And everyone goes crazy about the hunting in Red Dead Redemption and stuff. I like the hunting in this much better. There's a lot more you have to take into account in this one.
Yeah, you got to be able to mark your prey, stalk it, and then execute it properly. And with some of them, you can't just kill it with one fucking arrow or bullet. It'll either run the hell away or it'll charge at you.
Yeah.
Which I learned very early on with a pack of Komodo dragons. In which this is something I have to ask. This island in the South Pacific,
right?
If I were to go on a certain corner of it, would I find the fucking Swiss Family Robinson? Because every fucking animal you can imagine is on this island.
Yeah.
And it doesn't logically make sense, but...
You're saying there's too many animals.
There are too many animals, yes.
Chris Davis said it here first on Cocktail Time. There are too many animals.
I mean, I saw a fucking jaguar attack a bear earlier. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
What if there was a private zoo?
Oh, like a Jurassic, like a rich person zoo where they just throw all the animals on an island and just maybe.
Yeah, it could be their hunting ground. There's like a big game huntsman just has this island of voracious creatures, and they go and they kill each other, and the strongest one survives.
Well, I went into an island, right? And there was all these animals on the island, and there was a tiger on the island. And I thought, how did the tiger get onto the island?
I know.
I mean, I don't know. Can tigers swim in the ocean? And I know they're not swimming like fish, but I mean, can they just, kind of tiger paddle other way to an island? And why would they?
Well, tigers can swim. But okay. I feel you exactly, but here's an even stranger one. I found another little atoll island filled with deer.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you could sprint across this thing in 5 seconds, and there were like 8 or 9 deer.
There's
for no reason whatsoever.
Maybe they can deer swim?
I don't think so.
Maybe is there a zoologist in the house? And chat over 4PB.TV. We need to know if deer can swim.
Yeah,
they can swim.
Not very well
in the ocean.
Ocean?
No, not in the ocean.
No. There's no ocean deer.
They can't swim? I thought they can like wade.
I don't wade.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, hold on. Wading and swimming are two different things.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of like they're able to get through like water where it's not too deep.
I mean, an armless, legless person can wade.
As long as like the deer do the doggy paddle, I'm pretty sure they can.
But they have little hooves.
Get across like.
But they have little. No. Wait a second. They have tiny little legs and hooves. Deer can't move enough water to make their bodies stay afloat.
Well, yeah, they're not going to go. They're not going to fucking go on a marathon like swimming, but they can get small distances.
I don't know.
I'm googling.
It's not like you put a deer in water and it immediately swim.
I think they do. I think you put a deer in water and they just like a fucking rock, like a brick. The thing just goes right down. No. So Soul Glove at 4PB.TV is saying there is a video of a deer swimming.
Yeah, they swim.
All right, but
they don't swim in the ocean.
They can't swim in the ocean though. So basically, there's no way the deer could have. I got it. Maybe they were airlifted.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, it's a private zoo on an island.
Maybe they could be.
Fuck, looks like they do.
Or what if some crazy dude was trying to recreate Noah's Ark and it crashed?
Noah's Ark crashed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe Voss is Noah.
He's Noah. Yeah.
He's like the new Noah.
He's a modern Noah.
He's a modern Noah. Modern day Noah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking his daughters and everything. Just like Noah did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's biblically correct, but I've got no evidence to retort it, so I'm going to go with it.
No, I'm Noah. Somebody fucked their daughters. I'm sure somebody in the Bible fucked their daughters.
I'm pretty certain, yeah.
When God tells you to fuck your daughter, you just do it. You just do it.
Oh, I mean, if they've started with 2 people, someone's gonna be fucking someone's daughter.
Eventually, you're gonna if eventually you're gonna find yourself in a situation where you're gonna have to fuck your daughter. For Jesus, fuck your daughter for Jesus. The whole Bible's about. Bible, chapter 1, fuck your daughter for Jesus. So, too many animals, I agree. But I'd rather have too many animals than not enough.
I'd just get some semblance of balance. I mean, you're not going to see a fucking Komodo dragon in real life attacking a fucking bear. It doesn't make sense.
But now you can. But that's what video games are for, and that's the
fantasy situation.
That's the magic, Chris. The magic of video games. Through the magic of video games, you can watch a deer swim in the ocean and fight a shark. It's true. Oh, you know what I have? I'll bring it. I'll hold on. Let me talk amongst yourselves. I don't know. Talk about something. No, I'll wait till the break. That's okay. I got something that I can show us during the break. I had to find it, but it reminds me of this conversation. And it's like a visual representation of Far Cry, I think. So I'll have to find it during the break. But hunting is really great. It's you have to sometimes just you'll scare the animals away by mistake, and you have to just sit there, and hopefully they kind of come back, or you have to go and hunt them down and sneak up to them, and it feels really cool. I almost wish there was more stuff I had to craft. You know what I mean? Because it's sort of that carrot on the stick. Like, I need these 2 leathers to make this next holster or this next wallet. You have to make your own wallet out of stuff, which is kind of cool. You can't hold any more money unless you craft a bigger wallet.
Why do I have to go hunt down a different kind of animal?
Because, Chris,
can't I just use my existing leather and craft a bigger wallet?
No, you can't. No.
I had to make a wallet out of a shark, okay?
A shark skin.
Confused.
You're a player. Only a player has a shark skin wallet. Chris is walking out. Where's my money? Put it in my shark skin wallet.
Which, by the way, there is a pimp in the game.
Is there? I haven't met the pimp yet.
There is a pimp.
You could have just stolen his shark skin wallet.
It won't let me shoot him.
Yeah, you can't. You can't shoot some people.
You can't shoot civilians inside of towns and stuff.
Right, because you put your
doesn't make sense.
You automatically put your gun away.
Yeah.
So, but go ahead.
I tell you what would make this game fucking fantastic, even better than it already is?
If the deer used the jet skis to get to the islands.
I would watch that, but no.
That'd be awesome.
This game needs fucking dinosaurs.
Oh, shit. You know what?
The PC version of this needs to recreate Jurassic Park.
Far Cry.
That's all I want.
What if Far Cry 4 was an island of dinosaurs?
I would buy 4 copies of that.
And instead of Voss, it's Nick.
It's Nick. Nick has watched one too many Dexter episodes, and now he's lost his mind on the dinosaur island. That would
comes out of the bushes, just bathed in blood.
Yes, that would be cool. And then you have to hunt down T-Rexes and stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, some of these jungle sections on the island, you can get completely lost in.
Oh yeah, and it's very cool. And I almost wish, I bought a couple of those maps that show you where all the items and stuff are, and I almost wish I didn't, because I want to just find this shit on my own, and maybe I'll get the maps later when I've really exhausted myself. But I complained about it. If you had watched the 4-player podcast from last week, I had some words to say about the graphics on the Xbox 360 version. I believe I said that they were as muddy as Whitney Houston's vagina. Was my reaction to
direct quote.
That's a direct quote. The Far Cry 3 graphics on the Xbox 360 are as muddy as Whitney Houston's vagina, is what I said. And I'm getting used to them, but they're definitely kind of not looking so hot, But it's still. I always have to remind myself that fucking thing has 512 megabytes of RAM, so we should be thankful for how it looks as it is.
Yeah, if I'm going to pick it up, I'm going to get it on PC, because I don't want to bother with the limitations, the hardware limitations.
Yeah,
and it's a shooter. I like to play shooters on PC.
I think it's compatible with the Steam Big Picture mode. I'm not certain.
Ah, that's right. Big Picture mode is now out.
Yes,
but I don't know.
I've yet to play with it, but they had Geometry Wars on sale for $1 the other day, so I that'll be my first game on there.
Oh, nice. How far are you in this story? So I basically met the CIA agent. Okay, I did the fields of weed thing, and the boat where I had to blow up the boat. God, what am I doing now? Oh, so I'm at the point where I need to head the caravan off at the pass. So the very next one.
Okay, yeah. I've just completed that mission and rescued that character, and I'm just right past you.
You're right past me. Okay. I think I want to go play it now. I might just end this early. But yeah, so I mentioned before how I felt like this game was had a grander vision, and for instance, with the camera itself. There's a shutter where you can take pictures, and apparently this does absolutely nothing. But what's really strange is that it takes normal pictures, but sometimes when I have the camera looking at something that might be interesting, the viewfinder changes colors, and the shutter doesn't make a normal camera shutter. It makes like this spirit, almost like a fucking like Fatal Frame like type of sound. Almost as if
ghosts.
Well, it's almost as if it was sort of a. Remember in Dead Rising, you could take pictures, and if it was an interesting picture, you get more points for it. It almost has like that kind of feel to it, but it seems like it wasn't really implemented toward the end. Like, or it was a mechanic that was never finished or taken out. And I looked on the internet, and apparently, even one of the devs went into one of the forums and said, "Yes, it actually doesn't do anything." So,
wow.
Yeah. There are several side missions that use the camera like it's supposed to, but at least as far as we play the story, there has been no use for it at all.
Yeah, so I think there's some things that were kind of cut back. You know, I was thinking earlier, I was like, what if I could like, I wanted to hunt sharks because I think I was getting the wallet. I needed to get my new shark skin wallet, and I couldn't find any sharks, or just for a few minutes. They're pretty abundant if you go to the right area. But I was thinking, what if I could take all the animal skins in my inventory and throw them into the water and sort of chum the water, and that could like attract sharks? That'd be cool if I could do something like that.
Oh, creating bait, so you
like
can
creating creating bait, you know. But you can't do that.
That would be a nice system to have.
That would be nice. But you can bait some predators. If you kill a pig or something, it will attract tigers or larger predators, and then you can kind of wait and hunt them. And there's like an achievement for that or something, called the Hunter and the Hunted. You know.
So just a quick shout out to Deathwing. He actually just bought me Far Cry 3 for PC.
Holy shit.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Deathwing. Very nice.
Damn, I'm going to have to play that this week then.
Yeah, no, you should. It's really great. So have you played any of the co-op or multiplayer, Chris?
Not yet. I've been waiting to beat the single player before I touch that.
I'll tell you what. Well, don't worry about it ruining anything, because the co-op is a totally different like side story, so you won't be ruining anything. The co-op is actually a lot of fun. I played a bunch of it with Carlos and a couple of our community members. I think the first night Far Cry 3 came out, and I actually enjoyed the co-op experience. It was actually, I kind of poo-pooed it at the conventions and whatnot, but I had a good time with it. And the menu system kind of sucks, so it's kind of hard to outfit your character and outfit your profile with the abilities and stuff. But once you kind of get a hang of it, there's some interesting things you can do in terms of giving buffs to other people in your team and whatnot. But I actually had some fun with it. Now, the multiplayer, on the other hand, like the competitive multiplayer, I really wasn't feeling it. I played a little bit of it, and maybe I was just in the wrong room, but I was not really feeling it so much. So I kind of wasn't really into it back at the conventions either, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm more interested in the co-op specifically because it's actually made by Massive Entertainment, and they're the guys who made World in Conflict, one of my favorite RTSs of all time. So
I don't think I've ever played World in Conflict.
Oh, it's fucking fantastic.
Oh, I've seen you playing that on the feed, haven't I? I
love the shit out of that game.
Right.
What type of game is it? It's an RTS, but what's the theme?
The theme is Cold War, Russia invades Europe, yada yada yada. But it's really well done. It's like a more massively focused version of Company Heroes in a way.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
It's so goddamn pretty. It's a pretty long campaign, and it's narrated by Alec Baldwin of all people.
Alec Baldwin, my lord, he needs work.
Oh, and it has. One of the things about it is that you can call in like airstrikes and artillery and things like that. Oh. But you can call in a nuke in some missions, and it is one of the fucking prettiest nukes you'll ever see in a video game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's that? What platform? What platform is it on?
It's on PC. Okay. They were going to port it to the 360 and PS3, but it didn't pan out. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But if you ever get the chance, believe me, it is wonderful.
I'll have to try that out, because I'm a fan of Company of Heroes. So, which I just purchased not too long ago during the last Steam sale. I got myself a copy of that. I was playing some of it. My computer can run it. Fan-fucking-tastic.
And pretty soon we're going to have Cody of Heroes 2 coming out.
Yeah, which we did interview and everything. I just want a new close combat game, for Christ's sake. Why can't we just have a new close combat game? Which is, funny story. I went out to dinner with this with a friend of mine, and she actually works for PopCap Games, but she's been in the industry and stuff as a programmer for a long time. We were just talking about video games and stuff, and we talking about RTSs, and I'm like, yeah, I love close combat, and I'm not really big into RTSs, but this one was really different. And she's like, oh yeah, I know, I was a QA tester for A Bridge Too Far. I was like, oh shit, really?
Nice.
I like you. And she's like, oh, I can't play that game anymore. Because QA tester, do this one level for 20 hours.
Jesus.
It's the worst thing. Worst thing in the world.
Yeah. Nothing.
So here you go. In the chat here at 4pp.tv, Mountain DeWim says that World in Conflict is only $10 on Steam right now.
I think it's Mountain Dew M.
Oh.
Mountain Dew.
Whatever, I'm fucking tired here.
I think it's French.
It is French. That's yeah. But yeah, so anyway, Far Cry 3. I'm loving it. Did I lose you guys?
Oh, yeah. I'm still here.
Okay, cool. No, it got super quiet. Sometimes Skype fails on me. But yeah, 12 hours. I can see myself easily getting another 20 hours, like 40 hours out of this game easy. Considering there's a whole other island that isn't even opened up yet. And I went into a boat and I tried to get to it. It's like, oh, there's an island out there. I know it's down there, so I got into a boat, and I'm going across the water. And what the fuck happens? You are leaving the gameplay area. Please turn around. 5, 4, 3, 2. And I'm like, you motherfuckers. It's an open fucking world game. If you don't want me to go there, then make the enemy so powerful that when I go there, I fucking die. Make me not want to go there. But don't put that fucking message up. And of course... Go ahead.
In Far Cry 1, if you tried to go off map, there were patrolling ships that would destroy you.
That's okay.
Same thing with Crysis.
And see that I'll accept that. I will accept that. In Borderlands, they usually have snipers and stuff up, so you're kind of on in this prison planet or prison areas type of thing. You know what I mean? Or on Big Bass at 4pp.tv says, or make a mega uber shark that comes and attacks your boat, and you can fight it, but you're always gonna die. You know what I mean? But at least give me the illusion, that there's a reason I can't go over there. Don't just give me that fucking message. And it pissed me off, and I was like, when the next gen of games comes, I never want to see that message again. I can almost understand, with the console limitations, and don't give me this whole, PCs are the next generations. I know, but you need to make games for both right now, so there's still those limitations no matter what. But when the new fucking consoles come out, I never want to see that again. I want us to be telling our grandchildren, oh, Billy, when I was younger, if you tried to go too far in one direction in a video game, you would get the secret message that would tell you to turn around. Oh, really, father? Grandfather, that sounds so archaic and dumb. Yes, it was, Billy. It was terrible. Such a dark time in video games. That's what I want it to be like. Never want to see that fucking message again.
Yeah, it's pretty. I don't think it's a technical limitation. I think it's just the design.
And you don't need to fucking do it. Just Cause 2 didn't have it. You know what happened in Just Cause 2? You can go anywhere the fuck you wanted, and then you can just keep on going in the ocean, and just keep on going, and keep on going, and keep on going, and the message would never come up. You would never actually, it would look like you were going further and further, but you weren't. They gave you this illusion. Everyone fucking after the show, boot up Just Cause 2, get into a boat, and leave the island, and start going toward the ocean. Fucking go to the goddamn horizon. And you'll see how they do it. You actually stop moving at a certain point, but it looks like you're still moving. And it's a great way to make that illusion happen. And eventually you just get tired and turn around. Because well, fuck this is boring. But it's better than that fucking message. Please turn around. You're leaving the game area. What am I, 8? And I'm in a fucking sandbox, and I get out of the fucking sandbox, and my teacher has to, well, Joseph, you need to get back in the sandbox. That's what these fucking developers are doing. They're picking us up like we're fucking toddlers and putting us back in the sandbox. Don't fucking do that. It's dumb. It's in Halo 4. Fucking Halo 4 that everyone's jerking off over till fucking Master Chief looks like he's covered in fucking frosting. And that message pops up.
Yeah,
it made me angry.
It's just design choices. They need to they need to have some way of, because obviously you can't go infinitely beyond.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to have some way, either via invisible walls that make you think like, oh, I'm keep going this direction, but I'm not actually going anywhere.
Right.
Or you need to do actual invisible walls where you just run into a fucking invisible wall, and it's so jarring because your character just kind of is walking in place.
I mean, you can make it happen. I mean, I think Just Cause 2 handled it perfectly. You know,
yeah.
so put a desert in there, and then you keep on going, and then it feels like you keep on going. You know, and then maybe a half hour later you die of exhaustion. You know, there's ways to do this shit. There are ways to do this shit without that fucking message. I would rather it be like in fucking Resident Evil 6, where, oh, I'm going through this mansion. Oh, I can't go through that door because there's a table in my way. You know, and it looks so stupid, like you're just bumping up against this table, you know? But at least, like, it makes more sense. Then please turn around and go back to the play area. 5, 4, 3, 2. I can't stand it. It's one of my gaming pet peeves, and I hope, like I said, I hope to be done with it in a couple of years, or next year when the new consoles come out.
I think it's just a design crutch that people will continue to use until they can learn how to get around it.
But they already did. People have done it. This is not like the Holy Grail. It's like, you know.
It's just it's a crutch. People use it because it's an easy way out.
I think if you put it in your game, someone should come over and whack you on the knees with a ball peen hammer. That's what should happen.
I actually remember having some fun with that.
Getting whacked in the knees by a ball peen hammer?
No, just going off math and it continuously generating forever. One of my favorite games, late generation Xbox One, was Delta Force Black Hawk Down.
I've heard of this game.
And the multiplayer maps would do just that. It would just continuously go on forever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wouldn't even go into the main city of this one map. Instead, I would I would spend roughly half an hour going all the way around this huge mountain to the east of the city.
Right.
And I would hunt down and just melee kill snipers that were camping up there, trying to hit people in the city.
Right.
Yeah, the maps in most of the Delta Force games were just ridiculously huge. I think they were at least well known for using voxel-based terrains.
Oh, so I remember this, yeah.
Yeah, they did not use polygons in the terrains. They're all basically just kind of a smooth, undulating hills, and they were all tiny pixels, voxels. Mm-hmm. And they had really good grass as well, because it was all voxel-based grass. And so it was instead of it just being kind of like sprites, it was actually like 3D. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember that game going up into the hills and you can just fucking walk forever. You can just go so far away from the towns.
You
and
really
just find people sniping sniping up there. There'd be these little watchtowers up in the distance as well.
Well, yeah, I think I remember reading about that a long time ago and how they were using that technology to sort of generate these huge expansive areas. So
it was great. It was a lot of fun. That was back in like 1998.
98.
No. Was it 98 or 99?
Doesn't matter. They solved this problem pre-2000.
Actually, I think that's a little too early. I think it must have been 99 or 2000.
Yeah, I think Delta Force was 2000.
But still, this problem has been solved.
It's been solved for more than a decade.
For 10 years. It's time. It's time for that message to go away. I need an army of gamers to stand up and shout down developers who do this. Put that damn message up. I mean, think about fucking breaking immersion. I mean, that's the worst.
Actually, no, it was solved earlier than that. There was one of my favorite flight sims from way back in the 90s was a game called Advanced Tactical Fighters, ATF.
Mm-hmm.
And it was programmed like that. I think it was sort of pre-voxel. As long as you had the fuel, you could pretty much fly wherever you fucking wanted in the world.
Nice.
So there'd be a campaign mission where you're in Vladivostok, the Eastern Russia. And so I get in this FA-18 fighter and I enable the cheats where I have unlimited fuel, and then I multiply I double and triple the time manipulation.
Right.
And so I got my plane flying all the way towards fucking Moscow.
Nice.
I mean, these things are possible. It's just, I don't know if it really detracts from a gameplay experience if you don't have these. I mean, does it? Do you think?
It does for me, and it's about immersion, And it seems like a simple, like Bob said, it seems like such a crutch. Like, well, we can't really think of anything better, so let's just use that message. That's good.
There's no technical limitation, and aside from just making it infinitely large, that's a technical limitation. But if you want to do either have smartly designed levels, so the player has no reason to go beyond the map, or have it so you have some kind of mechanic that keeps them from going over there,
right.
Or you have some kind of interesting, in-game reason not to do it.
Right.
It's not hard to do. It's just a crutch.
Anything is better than that message. And then that then kills you, or literally, figuratively, and the game picks you up and puts you back into the play area.
Well, I can see why they don't want to do that, because they want to create a visual world that's unending. Mm-hmm. But it's almost worse to get that message when you get to the end of world, because it takes you out of the game so much.
Yeah.
It's just, you lose all that immersive aspect of it.
And like I said, Just Cause 2 did it. And this is another. Yeah. And then Far Cry 3 is another game that takes place on an island. It's just you can just do it, So that's my biggest. I think that. I mean, you may call it nitpicky. That's one of my biggest gripes about this game. Besides the linearity of the story missions, which I feel kind of restrict the player a little too much. And the fact that your friends are douchebags. They're complete utter douchebags. Every single one of them. Every single one. I was glad. I liked watching them get dragged away and beat up and shot. It's my favorite part of the game.
Well, you're just a very violent man.
I'm not a violent. I don't want to do it. I just want to watch it.
You don't want to create the conditions for rape or participate, but you definitely want to have a cold beer while you're watching.
I never said that. I was not getting that detailed. But do you have any issues that you've experienced, Chris, so far?
I'll tell you what. The only thing I really missed from Far Cry 2 was the buddy system. I really wish they would have brought that back.
Or you could pull somebody with you. But you know what would happen? You know who it would be? One of your fucking douchebag friends.
Oh, God.
I don't want them around.
Yeah, but see, if it was like that, if it had the same fucking system, then you may eventually run out of health items to heal them. Yeah. You may eventually have to kill them.
You might, to put them, maybe they're injured, and you don't want them to suffer. You don't want them to suffer.
No.
You have to put them out of their misery.
So can you specifically choose a character and then be like, I don't like you, and shoot you in the head?
Hey, Oliver, I got a job for you. Why don't you come with me?
That would, if you had that, it would make it more interesting. It would seem like the transformation of this character from innocent tourist to a gone wild soldier that is willing to sacrifice all his friends.
You could use Oliver for bait, like drag his
to find sharks.
Yeah.
Put him and throw him in the water.
Chum the water with Oliver. Oliver chum.
It'd be the shark's gonna get a nice meal at the Oliver Garden.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, that, yeah. Very nice, Don. Very good. Yeah. Oh, man.
And I killed the conversation.
We can't. I can't do anything past that. That's it. That's it for me. But actually, I don't like the main character Jason either. And I think it's a really good what am I looking for? Words are not coming out. It's a really good fuck it, I can't speak. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. That's it. Show's over.
Well, why don't we take a quick break so you can figure out what you were trying to say?
I was going to say... Oh, okay. It's a really good example for silent protagonists.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say. Because Jason is kind of an ass. And I don't like it when he speaks. And it's supposed to be me. The monster is me. The monster is me. The monster is me. All right, let's take a break.
Is he too much of a bro? Is that what it is?
No, see, Jason isn't even that much of a bro. He's more of just a whiny douchey guy. You know, every time he skins an animal, it's like, oh, gross. You know, like he's supposed to be becoming this warrior, but he's, you know, as Reborn Revolution has said, he's an asshat. He doesn't sound like a warrior, but. Oh well. Hunting is cool. All right.
I like how his tattoo is supposed to bring him supernatural power.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Because that's what they do. His tattoos. So every time you get a new skill, you get a tattoo. He gets like these tribal tattoos. Because he's a douchebag, so he has to get these tribal tattoos.
So it increases his douchebag power.
Yeah, and at one point, he gets a skill where he can do he gets really good at beer pong. So he gets a fence tattoo, one of those, you know, those like wire fences around his bicep.
Yeah, the barbed wire tattoo.
He gets a barbed wire tattoo around his bicep, and it doesn't even like complete. It doesn't even like come together all the way around his arm. because that's where it hurts. You don't want to get it. Yeah. You know. All right, guys. We're going to take a quick break. And stick around. 4playnetwork.com. We'll be right back.
Try and join the chat real quick, or the Hangout. I think I may have got it working.
Crawling, sniffing, pausing, launching to furiously circle and crash face forward again and again. I can see the sun. I cannot see a barrier, though I inspect its surface. All else is dark, that way is light. The faintest leak of air tells me that way is home. So I flail and beat against that which I cannot see. Circle and crash face forward again and again. I can see the sun. I cannot see a barrier, though I inspect its surface.
me, so I'm going to grab a drink real quick.
All else is dark. That way is light. The faintest leak of air tells me that way is home. So I flail and beat against that which I cannot see. Until finally, I rise no more. My curled dry husks gather in dust. The others, the brittle tiny corpses of the windowsill. Pausing.
Hey guys, I think we're back.
Are we?
We're always back.
Sorry, I was looking at porn.
Oh God, you're looking at porn.
Yeah.
So I couldn't find. Unfortunately, I couldn't find what I was going to be. Showing us about the Far Cry 3 thing. I'll find it for the next show. I didn't want to say anything because it's so.
You don't want to spoil it?
I don't want to spoil it because it's pretty entertaining and kind of funny. So next time. So Bob, you've been playing PlanetSide, haven't you?
Yeah.
I get it. I tell you, is Chris here? Is Chris back?
I'm here.
Oh,
okay.
He's gangster. He'll come back.
Okay, cool. I'm envious because I used to love PlanetSide, the original PlanetSide, like a huge amount. I came this close to getting a Terran Republic tattoo. Came pretty close. I don't have any video game related tattoos. It was one of the few ones I almost got. I was in this outfit called the FBI, which is my PlanetSide outfit. But I loved it, and I almost feel bad that I don't have a computer good enough to play PlanetSide 2. I played a little bit of it here and there and at conventions and whatnot, but I have to miss out on this PlanetSide 2 experience. It's very sad.
It's a lot of fun. It's too bad. You really need to get a new PC.
I do. Oh my God! If I could play PlanetSide 2, you know the sounds I would make. You know the sounds like this. It'd be like.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
You've been waiting like all night to use that, haven't you?
Just these are the sounds I'd be making if I could. It would be amazing, but unfortunately, sadness. So were you into the original PlanetSide, or is this like your first throwaway?
No, I played the original. I played. I think I played like the beta in the original one.
Yeah,
I don't know if I actually played the played it when it came out. I might have played it a little bit when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
long time ago, many years ago.
And how are you liking it?
It's good. It's a lot of fun. Like it's for like a free to play game, and it's even for not a free to play game. It's a lot like PlanetSide 1. It's still got a lot of great things in there that you can do. You can unlock anything you want just by playing the game. There's no need to pay money. If you can do kind of like what I did with Tribes Ascend, is you can go and like bank about like maybe $15 or $20 worth of points or money in there. You can go buy points with like $15 or $20, right? And then you can just wait for the sales, and they'll have these random sales on these different things you can buy with experience, or they call them certification points in PlanetSide. But you can just kind of wait for the different sales, and sometimes it may be like an item that you really want to get, or a gun you're waiting to unlock actually comes out and it's on sale and it's super cheap. You just go pick it up, and it's like usually the way I justify that, like I did with Tribes, is like I put $20 to it, maybe 20 or 10 or 15, between $10 and $20, right? But I didn't buy the game. Yeah. So throwing $20 at it,
it's still a quarter
of what you usually pay for a game like this.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so then it's just you sit there waiting for the sales, and you pick up the different items and upgrades that you want, like whenever it comes up cheap, and that works out usually really well. At least it did with Tribes. I don't know how well it works with PlanetSide, but I have a feeling it's pretty close.
I'm not really familiar with their monetization model so much.
Yeah, I think it's they use it's all through Sony, so it's got they use Station Cash, which is the same thing you use for their EverQuest games.
Right.
And the other free-to-play MMOs. it's mostly you'll get boosters. You can buy boosters, or you can buy unlock certain weapons. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think you can't get upgrades by buying with station cash.
Right.
Well, you have to actually work to get the upgrades for a certain weapon or item.
Yeah, you have to. It's all done through XP, and to get those certifications, and then do you use money to unlock those certs, or how?
No. So you can get anything with certification points, but with certification points or money can get you is you can buy you new weapons.
Oh, okay.
And vanity stuff and boosters. Boosters will increase the amount of it can increase the amount of certification points you get and whatnot. But the only way you can improve the different weapons and vehicles is by using certification points to upgrade them.
I see.
Yeah, so you have to get certification points. It's not like you can just purely spend money to max yourself out.
Right. No, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
You can go and buy a booster to get yourself more certification points while you're out and playing the game.
I see.
But you still have to actually play the game in order to actually to unlock most of the stuff.
Right. Okay.
So it's not like a pay to win kind of model, which a lot of people complain about, and justly so.
Yeah. It seems like basically what they did was they took PlanetSide 1, put a fresh coat of paint on it, added a monetization model, and just let it loose. Which is pretty much all they needed to do, and upgrade. I mean, basically do upgrades on everything, just so the shooting feels good. I remember the original PlanetSide, like the shooting never really felt all that good. The whole thing was kind of
the shooting feels pretty good in this one.
It was pretty clunky, but this new one is just like it can really stand its own with shooting.
Yeah, it was great. I was actually playing this with Deathwing and another community member.
He's in chat right now. Deathwing 188. A subscriber at 4pp.tv.
Koshiro. Was it Koshiro?
And Koshiro's another one, right?
I think we were playing with Koshiro. We were both playing, and we were trying to take back we're trying to assault some bases, and we're all grouped together. I'm playing like a heavy infantry and running through and just kicking ass. And I had this moment where I get up on a roof, and I just hear this, and I see this fleet of just planes like flying over me, and the sound design of this game is so awesome. Yeah. Like it's just really the wonderful moments of just hearing these like artillery going off and these planes flying over me to go assault this huge base, and it's just like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Yeah,
like the scale of it is just amazing. It's wonderful. Like even like I started playing pretty much today, and I still was able to kick a ton of ass.
Oh, nice!
Like it's really it's not like you're going to suck because you don't have the upgrades. I mean, it certainly can give you the edge and it gives you more variety, but it's not going to make it so you have a huge advantage over people.
Right? You don't have to pay anything at all if you don't want to.
No, not at all. You can just get it on Steam right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know Brad played it this week with the community, and he really liked it. Yeah. Really liked playing it.
That's cool. I
think he played it on Friday.
I should watch that stream. I want to see what his reaction was to it, because I love sort of these large scale persistent world shooters, and they're so rare. There's maybe two. I think PlanetSide is one, and the only other one that I can really think of at the moment is Battlefield Europe, which used to be World War II Online.
I remember that.
Yeah, which is still around, and
really?
I think it's still around as far as I looked last time.
God, is Mag still around?
Mag is gone. Mag is gone because the studio shut down, and I don't think Sony wanted to pay for those servers anymore.
Yeah, those servers were probably insane.
But Mag was fun. I really enjoyed Mag.
Well, if they wouldn't have just done such a terrible job with SOCOM 4, they wouldn't have had that problem.
Well, I was never a big SOCOM fan. I
enjoyed 1 and 2, but I mean, yeah.
I played a little bit of SOCOM 4 at the studio. Their studio was actually here in Seattle. Really? I went to a press event that they had, and I did a preview for SOCOM 4. And I kind of enjoyed a little bit what I played there, but I just never had been a giant fan of that franchise myself. And Mag itself was fun for what it did, and in terms of scale and whatnot, but it just, the whole thing was kind of clunky, like. Shooting never really felt very good in that game. Moving around, the whole thing was just kind of a clunk fest. But I think the scope of that game...
I remember with SOCOM, it's more of a tactical shooter, right?
Well, no, but Mag was a shooter.
Yeah, we're talking about Mag now?
We're talking about Mag now.
Okay.
We're kind of talking about Mag wrapped in a little bit of SOCOM. Kind of, like a SOCOM burrito. With a Mag filling.
Yeah, it's not very consistency is not there. It's not very satisfying.
Right.
It's just a very hollow feeling.
Exactly. But that studio is now gone. So
yeah.
Oh well. But anyway, PlanetSide 2. What kind of soldier are you playing mostly? And who are you fighting for? Are you fighting for Terran Republic? You better be.
Terran Republic all the way.
There you go.
We're playing on the Helios server.
Okay.
Which, if anybody wants to know, we're Terran Republic on Helios.
Have you started a 4-player
outfit
yet?
No, I don't think there might be one. I don't know if Brad started it. No, Brad just started playing on Friday, so I don't know if he actually got around to doing it. Mm-hmm. Someone else might have set one up while they were on Friday. Mm-hmm. But from what I've done, I haven't really done any kind of outfit stuff because I played like 2 hours of it. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty just kind of fresh on my mind. I just started playing it.
Yeah.
But we should definitely start a. I know there's quite a few people that really love PlanetSide too. So we can. I know Meltdown is a huge fan of PlanetSide too. Mm-hmm. And there's a ton of community members that are playing it on Friday.
What's the community like? The population like for the different teams.
Even
like it's pretty
for the most part, it's even. Yeah.
Oh, good.
No, it's pretty good. Like the balance on most of the servers I've seen have been pretty even.
If I remember correctly, back on PlanetSide 1, the Xanu, is it, or always understaffed, always under-equipped?
Is it Xenu or Venu?
Venu. Xenu. It's Xenu, and it's the Scientologists.
No, it's Vanu.
No, it's the Xenu, and he dumped all the aliens in the big volcano.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then their spirits wandered the earth until they could find new hosts. Mm-hmm. And we pray nightly to Tom Cruise, is how it works. Yeah.
And actually, if you look at they run around when they run to the battle on their helmets, it's actually just Tom Cruise's face.
It's Tom Cruise's face. Yeah.
So it's just an army of Tom Cruise.
An army of Tom Cruises. And if you have larger areas or like higher areas, they have these large couches they bring in and they jump on the couch and they can jump up and it bounces them to the top of your
base.
To the top of your base. Yeah. That's right. Tom Cruise.
How many people are going to get that?
No one will get that. No one will get that. That's why we're so
if you link it,
maybe people know Tom Cruise is a Scientologist. They know he's a wacko, right? People have to know this.
But how many people are going to actually get that he was jumping on a couch and go for a one-free show?
He's got a new movie coming out. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, isn't it supposed to be like a...
It's another Mission Impossible knockoff.
Oh, it's a Mission Impossible knockoff?
Yeah, but it's got the worst fucking name in the world. Jack Reacher.
Wait, say that again? What? Hello?
Jack Reacher?
Yeah.
Jack Reacher? That's his name?
Yeah.
In the movie.
That's his name, and that's the title of the film.
The movie is called Jack Reacher.
Why?
Is that movie playing around? It's be a Jack Reacher around? What's it about?
I don't know. It looks to be another fucking Mission Impossible knockoff.
It sounds like a porno movie. But it was Jack Reacher.
I think they just finally ran out of names for him.
I reach around. I mean, there's so many. He could just use that joke all the time in the movie.
Yeah.
Jack Reacher. Let me look around. And you gotta look at the camera with the little eyebrow peak, you know? Oh, he needs money.
Yeah. He's giving it all to Scientology.
He's giving it all to Scientology. I guarantee they are sucking on that Tom Cruise teat like a starving baby. Like a starving baby from a third world country just sucking out that Tom Cruise teat. The teat of the holy teat of Tom Cruise. They probably have him like laying down on a bed in the middle of their little Scientology church, and they all come up and take turns sucking on his nipples.
It's horrible.
When I was growing up in Jersey, I was raised in a Roman Catholic household, and there was this church event thing we had to go to once. I don't know what it I don't remember what even holiday or thing it was, but they brought up this big crucifix that had Jesus on it, and everyone had to go up and kiss the feet of Jesus on the cross.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone lined up, and this little old lady went up to kiss the foot of Jesus. She got poked in the eye by one of the nails in his feet. And she got injured by Jesus. I remember that.
Been marked by the Lord.
I remember the event happening. I don't remember why, but I remember the little old lady, and she had a handkerchief up at her eye because she had poked herself in the eye with Jesus' foot, Jesus' little foot. His little bloody foot.
Now she can claim that she's been nailed by Christ our Savior.
Oh, she's been nailed by Jesus.
Oh God!
I got more of these. I can keep going with it.
Very good, Bob. Yeah, you have a lot of them this week.
Yep.
But I remember thinking like that sucks. Like she came up to do like her little Jesus thing, and Jesus pretty much just said, "Well, fuck you, old lady. That's what you get."
I've seen what you've done.
I've seen what you did in your little old lady house. I know your sins. Like, how do you reconcile that? And it was late too. I remember it wasn't like a midnight mass, but it was definitely a late. It was definitely a late mass. And this little old lady was up past her bedtime to kiss the feet of Jesus, and the bastard just poked her in the face, in the eye, with his little nails, little footed nails, his little naily feet. Man. Do you think that makes you question? Do you think that makes you question your faith at that point? Do you think you're like, well, fuck you,
I think,
Jesus?
if anything, that probably strengthened her faith.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think maybe she felt like, I am in pain, much like Jesus on the cross?
It's connection. Yeah.
I feel like Jesus felt, but in my eye.
This is the punishment for that one time I did bukkake.
It was just once. People in chat are wondering if I was blessed by the priest, and no. And I'm wondering if I can sue the church for not being molested and not getting any attention. Because I like to think I was a cute little boy, but apparently not. Yeah. Apparently not.
Did that really hurt your self-esteem growing up? And why didn't he touch me?
Like, man, I thought I was a cute kid. Like, I was around those priests all the time, and not one of them
once.
Tried to take
not even a little pat on the butt.
Not one of them tried to take a stab at that.
No.
I was an altar boy, and I once locked another altar boy in the priest vestment closet for the entire mass because he was pissing. He was pissing me off. He was kind of an asshole little kid, this little asshole kid, and we were going to serve this mass together, and the priest went out and did the thing, and then the altar boys would come out afterward, and I pushed him into the vestment closet where the priests hang their vestments and whatnot, and I locked it. I locked him in there, then I went out and I did the mass for an hour. All by myself, and I was smiling the whole time, just thinking that he was stuck in there with the...
I don't know, you may have done him a favor. I have to question who had the worst punishment.
I think if I remember...
Him being locked in a priest's closet for an hour, or you having to be an altar boy in service for an hour.
Well, here's something that people don't know. Okay, I'm going to let you in on the altar boy's secret. All right, get ready. Hold on to your fucking hats. You ready for this?
Yes.
Altar boys get paid to do funerals. That's right. If you're an altar boy and you have to do a funeral, not only do you get paid, but you get out of class as well.
So this is why you did it.
So that's your angle.
Wait.
That's your angle. They pull you out of class.
Poor boy locked in the closet during a funeral?
Yes. Yeah.
Did he not get paid too because he wasn't working?
I don't think he got paid either.
Oh, you're the worst person ever. Oh, Jesus. It comes out. You are truly a spawn of Satan.
He did not get paid. But you would get pulled out of class because, like, funerals just popped up, you know what I mean? And you do the funeral, and then you get done, you go into the back, and then the head, pallbearer guy, he comes up with the Undertaker, whatever. And he gives you a tip. You get like $5. Which for like a little kid, $5, that's like, that's like $50 in adult money.
Absolutely.
Pretty much.
Did you take the other kids?
No, they didn't give him anything because they didn't see him out there. They didn't even know he was there.
They find him like 2 days later. No, he's been eating wafers to the host.
He's been eating Eucharist and drinking wine. No, I let him out afterwards. He was crying. But yeah, so yeah, you get paid for funerals.
That's amazing. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Catholic school, so I've been spent many years around nuns and
Me too.
Priests.
I went to Catholic school from kindergarten to senior year of high school.
Wow, yeah, I only got all the way up from kindergarten to
8th grade.
5th grade.
Oh, because then you went to middle school, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to middle school.
I didn't go to middle school. My elementary school went from kindergarten to 8th grade, and then straight to high school.
Yeah, that's my that's the same thing with my Catholic school as well. I just moved.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. Fuck. We had to, did you had to do the prayer in the morning?
Yeah.
Actually, I think we did the prayer. We had to say Pledge of Allegiance. We had to say a prayer before lunch.
Right.
We had to say prayer at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Friday Mass.
Lots of praying.
Every Friday.
Oh, really? We didn't do Mass on Fridays. We didn't have that.
We always had Mass on Friday.
Interesting. Yeah, we didn't have to do that. So then I went to
nap time.
What's that?
That was nap time.
Oh, yeah. And then we went, and then I went to Catholic high school, and I had this high school teacher who was an Irish Christian brother. So this high school was run by the Irish Christian Brothers. It was this segment of whatever.
Did they drink a lot?
They did. There was a lot. They were like these big burly, like, I always smelled a little bit of whiskey. But I had this teacher for geometry, and his name was Brother Ford. And I found out later that, and he's dead now, but I found out later that he was wanted in Canada for beating up boys at an orphanage he used to work at.
Oh, God.
And the Irish Christian Brothers in New Jersey actually had him, like, hiding out in America. And he was actually, I guess, a bunch of years ago, a couple years before he died, he was extradited back to Canada.
Sent to prison?
I think he did a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But he was extradited back to Canada to face charges of abuse. So it wasn't sexual abuse. He was beating up kids.
Yeah, just like physical abuse.
Physical abuse. The okay kind.
Did you have have to do the whole uniform thing?
I'll tell you what, though, he was a great teacher. What that means, I don't know, but I'm just saying, he wasn't a slouch.
I guess as long as he didn't, beat the kids with rulers or anything like that, and then
I think, yeah. I mean, he was just like a big bully type of guy. You know what I mean? But he was from sort of the old school Catholic Church, where, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, kids were abused by nuns for years in the 50s and 60s and 70s. It was just institutionalized abuse. That's basically it just went on. And he was sort of from that old. He's from that old guard.
Yeah.
But I never experienced anything like that myself. But
so did you befoul any young Christian girls when you were in high school?
Well, my high school was an all boys high school.
Oh yeah, it was mine was not all boys.
My
all
apologies, Joseph.
No. I'll tell you what, it was awesome. It was awesome because it was just this 800 guys hanging out. If there were girls there, there would have been much more of like a meat market atmosphere, and guys, peacocking all the time and fights over relationships and all that kind of stuff. And there was none of that. It was none of that. And I think it was a better experience because of it, honestly. And we had sister schools because they were all girls schools and stuff.
Right.
And they would have dances where you'd kind of all get together and stuff like that. But I honestly, like, you know, when I was there, I was like, oh, fuck, you know, all boys, this kind of sucks, you know, want to get laid or whatever. But looking back on it, I'm like, you know, that was actually a lot of fun. Like, we had a lot of fun just being guys that would not have happened or went down if we had a mixing of genders.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
It just removed a lot of the bullshit that goes on with young love in a public arena, which is always messy. Always horribly messy.
That actually reminds me of the opposite, where I actually dated a girl that went to an all-girls school in college. Mm-hmm. So I'd actually go visit her on the weekends.
Yeah, and
that place is crazy. There's a lot of sexual tension in those schools, the all-girls school.
Is there really?
Yeah.
That's
if you weren't gay and you were straight, it was a little intimidating to be a guy on that campus.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Well, a lot of times it's just like, you know, you get that feeling of like girls are just looking at me like, what are you doing here? Then the other one is like, they're looking at you going like, oh, it's a guy. Oh, holy shit.
Strange, man. It's like, you ever see those old, some of those sexploitation movies from the 60s and 70s? I like the men who stumble upon the tribe of women who've never seen a man before.
Yeah.
And it's like that kind of thing.
Or like that scene from the Holy Grail.
Yes. Exactly.
We all need spankings.
We all been very naughty.
And afterwards, the oral sex.
Yes, the oral sex. Oh, such a good movie. Such a good movie. But now we've devolved to Monty Python quotes.
Yes.
Just,
what the fuck?
I know. So what else have you been playing besides PlanetSide 2?
Silent Hill 2.
You're still doing that? Or are you done with it?
Yeah, I finished it. Finished it on Friday.
What'd you think?
It's good. It's a lot of fun. Actually, I went from finishing it to start picking up Lone Survivor.
Oh, right. I've not played
very
that.
much in the vein of a Silent Hill game.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great. I actually really enjoyed both. But yeah, back to Silent Hill 2. It's, despite its age, it's still a good horror game.
Yeah.
It's still creepy. It's got some creepy moments. It's got a lot of tense moments in it, and it still is it controls all right. Like I played it over the span of maybe like a couple months, and every time I picked it back up, I almost immediately got the controls.
Nice.
I didn't really have to reteach myself them. I just was like, oh, yeah, this makes sense, and I would be okay at it. But it's definitely an interesting story. I really liked. I never actually played Silent Hill 2 before, so finally finishing it, I can kind of see a lot of similarities between it and Downpour, which came out this year, Silent Hill Downpour.
Right.
I can definitely see a lot of the aspects of Downpour that I enjoyed in this game. Mm-hmm. Whereas Downpour is much more targeted towards a modern audience. I guess people were kind of surprised at how many things I actually killed in the game, because it shows you your stats at the end. Right. Apparently, I killed a lot of things. Like I think I killed almost everything I ran across. So.
Oh wow, that's rare, because usually Silent Hill games you're a lot of times running from things more than killing them.
Yeah. I actually ended up running more towards the end of the game, because it's just like, fuck this. I'm just not gonna deal with it. I don't have to deal with shooting these tables, or these, I don't know. They look like tables, but they had mouse on them. That's the one weird thing, is like the monster design is just fucking weird.
Are weird.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. It looks like it's a table with a giant vagina on it. What is that?
I think that's the point. You know, is I kind of like, if you don't, your mind can't really put together what it is, and I think that makes it more scary.
Oh yeah.
You know, it doesn't look like anything you've seen before. Like a table with a vagina on it. Yeah,
you look at it and it's like, I don't know whether to be turned on or terrified. What's going on?
It's a little bit of both.
It's spewing blood. That's not good. It has teeth too. Still might hit it. Yeah, I've definitely got to pick up Silent Hill 3 and whatnot to really kind of continue the series, because I played Silent Hill 1 multiple times, but I never beat it because it terrified me too much when I first played it.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's that series. I can see why there were a lot of people loved it, and some of the problems they would have with Downpour and some of the other more modern games. But still, I think Downpour, for being a 2012 game, would still be up there on my list for games that I enjoyed playing. Actually, Downpour was one of the few games this year I actually beat.
I need to get Downpour and finish it before the end of the year.
It's pretty good. I enjoyed what I played. I actually really enjoyed. Mm-hmm. It's a decent Silent Hill game. It's not the best, or it's not a great Silent Hill game, but it's still a good Silent Hill game. It's all right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kind of callbacks to the original Silent Hill series. The one problem with it is there's not too much in enemy design. Not a lot of variety in that.
Right.
But it's the story wise, it's interesting. It's got a lot of it seems like there's a lot of choices you can make in the game, which is kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. Which I know from from Silent Hill 2, at least people were saying in Silent Hill 1 and 2, there's at least 4 or 5 endings. So it's true to that formula. Which is, it's Downpour definitely has all that. Plus, there's a ton of optional side quests you can do.
Yeah.
Which actually, some of the side quests are some of the most terrifying suspense parts.
Really?
It's great. Like when you get into the actual town of Silent Hill proper, you start doing some of the side quests, and some of them are really cool.
Nice.
Like really creepy.
Yeah, I'll get to that toward the end of the toward the end of the year, but it is the end of the year actually.
Yeah, you've got
I got 3 weeks, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
No, 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
I guess it depends on, because it's 2 weeks. It's gonna be Christmas.
Shit. I've actually never finished a Silent Hill game. And I like them.
They're fun. They're really. It's a lot of times. I find it hard to play them for long periods of time.
Right. Well, you know what it is. It's mostly because I was sort of PC gaming for so long.
Yeah.
So a lot of them I kind of missed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. It's the same thing. Like I had, like my family had a PS1 and my sister had a PS2. I always had a PC.
Right.
When I went to college, I never really had one of those. Either the PS1 or the PS2, so I never really got to play those games. Not until after college. After college, I actually didn't play the bulk of my PS2 games until back in 2006.
Silent Soul Glove over at 4pp.tv is saying Silent Hill 3 and 4 are good PC ports. So maybe I can pick up like Silent Hill 3. I played a bunch of 4. But I wonder if I could pick up Silent Hill 3 and just play it on the feed.
Yeah,
that'd be a way back game, right?
Yeah, that would definitely fit it.
What's that?
That definitely would fit the theme. I think actually a lot of people like Silent Hill 3. 2, I've always heard 2 as being the best.
Silent Hill 3, is that with the Heather girl? Was that? I
think so. 4 is the room, right?
Okay.
Yeah, 4 is the room.
I knew 4 is the room, but 3 is with the Heather girl. I remember I played a little bit of that one. I remember that one because I used to date someone who looks like that character a little bit.
And it seems that Homecoming is the only one that's available on Steam.
Is there a 3? I never really remember there being a Silent Hill 3 for PC. Is that was that an actual direct port? It's on Amazon.
According to Soul Glove, it was. Might not be on Steam. I don't ever remember seeing it on Steam. So, which is unfortunate.
I don't know who's going to be.
I like to get my games through Steam and nowhere else. God damn it.
Yeah, it's too bad. I think just for the rights and whatnot to be too difficult for getting it from getting the rights from Konami for those games for GOG or Steam.
Yeah, I definitely know it's not on GOG. So I go there often enough.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So that's definitely out there. So anything else you've been playing?
I'm sure there's something else.
No.
So we got the PlanetSide 2, Lone Survivor.
We talk about the VGAs. We got to talk about that.
Yeah, we got to talk about the VGAs.
Yeah, we do.
VGAs. So I missed the VGAs. I was doing stuff I don't like to do. So you guys gotta fill me in. You have to fill me in. I heard the game of the year, Walking Dead. I heard they had an orchestra that was pretty decent. And it wasn't, and the show in total wasn't as awful as it normally is.
Yeah. No, I mean it was okay.
To sum it up, I would say subtle sexism, Samuel L. Jackson, motherfucker.
Okay,
that's pretty much the VGAs.
I saw a GIF of Samuel L. Jackson as a baby. Was this from the VGAs or am I?
That was a commercial for the VGAs.
Okay,
yeah, it was a commercial.
Okay, all right.
About the only interesting things in there, they gave Game of the Decade to Half-Life 2.
I saw that. Yep. And they called
pretty much they're legally obligated to. I mean, that game is fucking amazing.
And when they did the interview afterward, the announcer person called Gabe Gary is one thing I saw.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah. Good old Gary Newell.
Yeah,
Gary. Who doesn't know old Gary?
They said his name was Gary.
Yeah.
So as you can see, they're
very in touch.
Very in touch with what they're supposed to be talking about.
Incredibly in touch.
Yeah. And then the other thing was the game announcements. Dark Souls 2, which that was a really nice cinematic trailer, and then Metal Gear Solid 5.
Now I keep hearing Metal Gear Solid 5 in disguise.
Right, like people were saying, like it's what is it called, Phantom Pain? Is there what they're calling it? Some people were saying, "Oh, it's not Metal Gear Solid," and some people were saying, "It's Metal Gear Solid." No, not Metal Gear Solid. It's Metal Gear Solid. So I guess there's a lot of overt hints in there, being like, "Oh, it's Metal Gear Solid," but they haven't confirmed it as being one.
But what about Ground Zeroes? That's already
Kojima stated earlier this year that Ground Zeroes is supposed to be like a prologue for 5.
Right.
And there's a lot of hints, so let me run through this.
So Ground Zeroes isn't Metal Gear Solid 5?
No.
Okay.
No.
Now the picture is becoming clear.
All right, so let me run through the various different hints going on.
Go for it, sir.
First off, Moby Dick Studios. Nobody knows who they are. Nobody's ever heard of them. The guy who's supposed to have founded it, his name is Joaquin Morgan. And Joaquin is an anagram for Kojima. Okay. The name Phantom Pain in the original poster work for Metal Gear Ground Zeroes, it said at the bottom, "From Fox, 2 phantoms were born." Okay. If you look at the lettering for the Phantom Pain, it spells out another word in the background. And people have pretty much figured out that it says Metal Gear Solid 5 on there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of different little things. Like the doctor at the beginning looks like one of the doctors from the original Metal Gear game. The main character looks exactly like Snake. I mean, except for a full frontal face shot, it looks 99% like Snake.
I don't understand why you would basically just come out and say, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, and here's the engine, and here's in-game footage, and here's all this kind of stuff, and like, here's the game. And then this one they're being all, like, stealth about. I don't understand, like...
I think
I'm confused.
My idea is that it's basically them saying that, yes, they're making Metal Gear Solid 5, but it's not Japanese developed. It's Western. So...
Wait. But why would you do that? It seems silly. It seems like if they had never said anything about any Metal Gear Solid game, right? Why? Like Ground Zeroes is supposed to be like this new engine, and it's pushing the technology ahead, and it's this big open world thing. It's very cool. I don't understand why you would have that at the forefront, and it's supposed to be just a prequel. So we're saying the Metal Gear Solid 5, this Phantom Pain, this weird like fibromyalgia name that they've given it, is like going to come out in like 4 years, like way down the line. Is that what we're thinking here?
I can picture it as a 2014 game.
But then when does Ground Zeroes come out? It may come out this year.
It may come out this year.
Didn't they just like announce it at PAX?
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, games get most games are announced.
Actually, they had gameplay footage there.
Most games are announced and released within 12 to 18 months of their announcement.
Yeah.
So,
but why isn't Ground Zero just Metal Gear Solid 5?
Metal Gear, video games.
You know, like why is there 2 games here? This seems silly to have 2 games. And then they have 3 games. Because Revenge Engines is coming out. And that's a total spinoff, I know. But there's a lot of Metal Gear Solid coming our way.
It's Konami. I mean,
it's Konami.
Did they decide not to develop anything else but Metal Gear Solid games from now on?
Well, they're not really good at publicizing anything else they do. And then they tried to release like. Actually, did they release like 3 Silent Hill games in 1 month? They were tried to, or they were going to, and the one got delayed.
They tried to.
They tried to, yeah. They're batshit insane.
I just don't understand why Ground Zeroes would be this big announced thing that they already seen gameplay for, and now they're trying to be all hush hush about this one.
It's weird.
Do you see what I'm saying? That's what's so weird.
I bet you 100% it's based on the PR team. It's not like there might be different PR teams for the different games, or it could just be like, you know what, this is a game. It's about a stealth dude, so we're gonna make it stealth. We're gonna make the announcement, and just kind of, you're not gonna know it's there until it's like right up in your fucking face.
But this is like, it's just like showing off your dick, but then being secretive about your ass. You know.
Or it's like, like you go on a date, and just the first time you meet the girl, you shake her hand and you pull out a picture of your dick and you show it to her. And then throughout the entire meal, you're timid the entire time.
Right.
And then you just eventually get to the sex, and it's just a fucking just painful to get your clothes off. You're not even alcohol's helping at this point. You're like a chaste altar boy that's been locked in the closet.
I don't know about this. It's like saying, honey, let me go put on something a little more comfortable, and then coming back out wearing a tweed leisure suit
or tuxedo.
Yeah. I just don't understand why. We already know there's a Metal Gear Solid game coming out. We already know it. Yeah. So then I don't understand why this is maybe this. Oh, wait a second. All right, ready? Get ready. Hold on to your fucking hats.
Oh, shit.
Phantom Pain is a Vita-only game.
Yeah, that's not happening.
What? Why not?
Metal Gear Solid 5 is not going to be a Vita-only.
No, this is not. But this is not. This is the Phantom Pain.
The Vita it's dead.
Exactly.
The Vita is no more. It has ceased.
Exactly.
To be.
It's a phantom. And
That's
it's really been a pain. So see, this you have to think like Kojima. Maybe it's a Wii U exclusive.
Ew.
It's gonna be Bayonetta 2 and the Phantom Pain on one disc.
I like how it was announced for.
You have to turn it over.
It was announced for PS3 and 360, but no mention whatsoever of Wii or Wii U.
All right. Oh, yes, I'm still here. Moby Dick Studios. I don't know, man. This is not. I'm not feeling this. Something is amiss. Something is weird here. And this isn't just normal Kojima weird. This is like more weird than that is usually.
Yeah, I mean, Kojima can be pretty secretive and kind of mindfucky, but this is it's a whole other tier beyond that. I mean, this is practically Valve ARG quality.
But they already showed off a game. They already showed off a Metal Gear Solid game that looks like it could be Metal Gear Solid 5. This entire time, I thought that Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes was Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
But now you're telling me it's a prequel spin-off thing.
That Kojima said that like the day the first trailer for Ground Zeroes came out. He said, "We are making Metal Gear Solid 5. this serves as a sort of prequel.
That's just silly. That's just silly. We're making Metal Gear Solid 5, but we're going to use all these resources to make this little prequel with this whole new engine.
Yeah, that engine is major.
Yeah. But that's not it. That's not 5. This is just a prequel. This is a throwaway. Fuck it. You don't even got to play it. Fuck it. We don't give a shit. Don't play it. Just wait for Metal Gear Solid 5. That's what you really want. This is Ground Zeroes. It's open world. You go too far, it says return back to the play area. Fuck you. I just don't get this. This is very strange to me.
I'm willing to speculate. I mean, it looks fucking pretty.
I didn't actually see the trailer for Phantom.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't see it either.
I've been sick, and then I've been busy, and then I've been drinking, and now I'm back.
I've got a link to it, but
can't look at it right now. I'll check it out after the show. I'll check it out after the show.
And don't forget to stay throughout the entire thing for the giant flaming space whale.
There's a giant flaming space whale.
There's a giant flaming space whale.
Well, I didn't know Roseanne was still working.
Okay, that one's not bad.
All right, I'll have to watch it. I'll have to watch it. We'll see. We'll see. What else do we have? So we have. So we have and Dark Souls 2, which is very cool. Yeah. Which is very
pretty much it. I mean, they had that
gen, right? PS3, PC, and 360. I think they announced about all three
for
platforms.
This gen. God damn it! Why? Can everyone just wait until next gen? For God's sakes!
I know. It's, all these new announcements just makes me feel like, fuck, I want to play it on the new consoles. I don't want this, I want to be able to see, Dark Souls on a system that looks really good.
Yes.
Like, one that's actually going to really be able to run the game without it having dropping frames. Like, one where they can actually have HD textures, really good HD textures, just default.
Everyone stop for a minute and stop putting out fucking games.
But that's the thing, though. I mean, we're going to have... all these titles are going to be transition games. There are going to be 720 and PS4 and yada, yada, yada versions of these games.
Yeah.
It will happen. They just can't fucking announce those because they haven't fucking announced the consoles.
Well, we would hope so. I mean, we've had some pretty, we're never going to see a fucking Red Faction on the new consoles. Because there's never going to be another Red Faction game. Imagine how amazing a Red Faction game would be on, new gen equipment. And not shitty. But we're never going to see that, because you're just never going to see one of those games again. I'm just saying, I get worried sometimes when they start trying to pile their games at the end of the gen, because I get worried that franchises are going to die, and they're never going to see the next series. And we're never going to see how good they can really get. That's my own worry. I mean, I was kind of worried about the whole GTA 5 thing, but I understand why they did it, because they know the hardware. And a GTA 5 on next-gen hardware probably wouldn't be as good because they don't know the hardware as well. So they know all the tricks and stuff they can do now.
Well, a lot of the kind of launch titles and whatnot tend to be they're fumbling a little bit. I mean, if you look at the launch titles for the PS3, we got Heavenly Sword, Lair. Good God, who the fuck remembers that shit? Mm-hmm. What was the another PS3? What was it?
Resistance.
Those two. Resistance was another one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And God, I think
the Rubber Ducky game.
The Rubber
Ducky game. What?
Yeah, they had the Rubber Ducky tech demo thing. They turned into a game.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I've never heard of that. Probably for good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway.
It may have been just a fantasy.
Yeah. But I am happy about Dark Souls 2. So that'll be good.
Folklore, right. I remember Folklore.
Oh, God. Yeah, I remember Folklore, too.
I have that. I actually been playing through that slowly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anything else? Anything else from VGAs? How was Mr. Keeley? Did he do a good job?
He wasn't on there at all, as far as I can see.
Oh, really? I thought he does that shit. What do you mean? What do you mean he wasn't there? I thought that was his gig.
I don't know why. I mean, it was handled by Spike, but he wasn't there.
He was tweeting the fuck out about it. He was like, we're rehearsing, and he was tweeting out pictures, and I thought he was in this. I thought that was his house.
I didn't see him there at all.
I thought he was Big Dog. That's too bad. Oh well. Who won best graphics? That's important.
Who cares?
I think it was
honestly?
him. Actually,
was that oh man, you know what's a fucking travesty?
What's up?
I'm probably gonna be alone in this, but Claptrap running character.
I don't like Claptrap.
I hate Claptrap.
I don't like. No.
And I'm dancing. Did you notice?
I'm dancing.
Did you notice the other character nominations they had?
Who else was in that?
They had Connor from Assassin's Creed 3.
I don't like him either. Fuck him.
Yeah, and for some reason they had Frank Woods from Black Ops 2 in there.
Right.
If that's the competition, then no fucking wonder Claptrap won.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, why didn't they choose any characters from Walking Dead? I guess they gave them like 3 awards during that show. But there's definitely other games where they had really great characters, more so than fucking Claptrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were some good?
What about Voss?
Oh,
Voss wasn't in there.
Voss, because the game just came out.
They didn't do Far Cry 3 because it was too late.
Too late. Yeah, it was too late, unfortunately. So.
What other games do I think of?
I don't know.
They could have done Clementine.
Mm-hmm. I like.
That's what I was saying. The Walking Dead they would have won like fucking 4 or 5 awards.
Yeah, and I said this.
Got 3.
I said this a few shows back, but the old Woods character from Black Ops 2, I fucking love that character.
I like him, but he's not character of the year material.
Maybe not character of the year, but he should at least been in the running. You know, I thought he was fun. I enjoyed the scenes that he was in.
Yeah, but did he dance?
At the end, he does.
Yeah, he did actually.
Dance. Yeah, it's actually a really cool scene at the very, very end. It's like past the credits, is extra sort of scene.
Yeah.
So you're right. He does dance, and better than Claptrap.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
was he annoying when he did?
No, not annoying at all.
He didn't grab the attention.
He had to be more annoying, like Claptrap.
Yeah.
Who else was around? I'm having trouble remembering who, like, really good characters this year.
Yeah, I know, because we got, from this year, we got Dishonored.
I forgot, there was one other character nomination. It was Shepard from Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. Mass Effect 3 did come out this year.
It should have... If they had to choose a Mass Effect character, it had to be fucking Garrus. So,
what about, Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2?
He was
Handsome
good.
Jack was way better than fucking Claptrap.
I did. I'll admit, I did like Handsome Jack. It was pretty much Handsome Jack. That was pretty much Archer.
Yeah.
If you think about it. So, but there was I think there was a lot of silent protagonists this year.
Yeah.
With Skyrim.
That's true. Handsome Jack did win the best male performance.
Oh, did he? Okay. Well, they gave him something then. I guess you have to make that. You have to make that delineation between who's going to win what and how much can you give a game.
Yeah.
So
they could have given it to Amy from Amy.
From Amy?
Oh yeah.
No,
what do you
Amy
think,
was terrible. No.
Apparently, Clementine won best female performance. So
Amy, oh my god, Amy can go to hell. Fuck that game. When do you guys need to play that game? I need to not be alone in this burden. It's like a fucking stigma I'm carrying with me. I have thing that's burning into my soul because I actually finished this fucking game.
I have way too many good games to play.
You'll never. Too bad you can't gift things over Xbox Live. Otherwise, you both would have copies of Amy.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised they don't add in that functionality. I'm actually really surprised. Maybe the next gen.
Yeah, well, Amy's not going to be on the next gen console. You can bet your ass.
That's a franchise that we've lost forever, Bob. Aren't you?
Thank God.
Feel bad about your bad mouthing of it?
Nope.
Oh well. So I guess the VGAs. I mean, we'll see how many of the VGAs need to change articles we see tomorrow. But apparently it wasn't as bad. No teabagging.
No teabagging.
No.
Just some subtly sexist commercials. Did you see the Dr. Pepper 10 commercial?
No.
Yeah, what the fuck was up with that?
What was the...
Well, it's apparently it's not for women.
What?
You know, if you're a female, you cannot drink Dr. Pepper 10. This is not for you.
It's not for female? Why?
It's not for women. It's a man's drink.
I don't... What makes it a man's drink?
The 10 calories. The 10 delicious calories. Women can't handle that.
Oh, wow.
Bitches, back off. This is a man's drink.
This is an entire ad campaign, Joseph.
Yeah.
We're not shitting you.
Really?
No. And it's set during a football game, so you know it's for men.
Wow. So it's an entire ad campaign toward wealthy men. So Dr. Pepper is like the Mitt Romney of sodas right now. Is that what we're saying?
I wouldn't say it's targeted for wealthy men. It's just targeted for men in general.
For men in general.
Yeah.
The Mitt Romney of sodas. Stiff and unemotional.
But only has 10 delicious calories.
10 delicious calories. Oh, man. I don't know why they do that.
Yeah. And, women cannot touch that thing.
They can't. They'll explode.
They can vote now, but they better not test their drink.
They'll explode.
But I mean, then again, women would never know anything about this product. I mean, if you think about it, how many women actually watch fucking football? They'd never know about this product.
I think I got to disagree with you. My mother was a huge football fan.
/ sarcasm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You missed the underlying tones of sarcasm.
I totally missed it.
Yeah, the internet. Yeah.
Totally missed it over the internets. But oh god, that's so weird.
It's the insulting thing is like just they had to keep fucking watching this thing every commercial break, which is at least every 5 minutes.
Oh, so they kept on doing it over and over again.
Over and over and over. It's like the one commercial they had.
Oh Jesus Christ!
It was annoying for me to watch. It was like, fuck, this is insulting. I'm not even a girl.
Maybe you have to drink it through your dick.
Like that's, yeah. I believe this was this Friday? They were done.
You have to stick your dick in the can.
Yeah, it was Friday night.
And pull in with your dick like a
immediately after the VGAs, I went across the street to get some snacks for my Silent Hill 2 cast because I was casting later that night, and I went and bought Tara a delicious Dr. Pepper 10.
Oh, wow. Did she? And she's still with us.
No adverse effects.
And she's still with us. That's good.
Yeah, we have scientifically proven that women can drink it.
Women can drink Dr. Pepper 10.
It is in fact not detrimental to your health too. Well, it won't kill you.
I like to say that. I like to personally thank Tara for putting her life on the line.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you, Tara.
For that bit of research.
I also bought it with beef jerky and some Pringles.
Ah, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I had to balance it. So it was a man bag.
With a man, which usually means something else, but I'll just let that fly. Were there any other any other commercials that were?
I think all the commercials were regional because the people I was talking with chat, they were getting different from what I had. Uh-huh. But all I had were the same fucking 4 commercials. I had the Dr. Pepper 10 commercial, the fucking Jack Reacher advertisement.
Oh yeah, I saw that one as well.
I forget what the third one was, but the fourth one was always fucking Black Ops 2.
Oh, okay. Because they've only made $1 billion on that so far.
Yeah, and they that's not good enough. I mean,
they made $1 billion, and sales are down 15% from last year.
When you base more than a third of your profit projection for the year on a single fucking game,
yeah.
Well, hell, $1 billion isn't enough.
Actually, wasn't it? Yeah, isn't it? It's some ridiculous amount, like 70%.
No, it's maybe more like much, I think it's about 45%.
But that's 45% of their profit margin for the year on one game.
Yeah,
that's
fucking insane.
That's insane. That's bad money management. They have all their eggs in their blops basket, and their blapskit, or something.
No.
All right.
Like I said, they had a Metro Last Light commercial. I missed all that.
Yeah, I missed the Metro.
That's false advertising because we'll be lucky to see Metro Last Light at this point.
Supposedly coming out beginning next year.
Yeah, March.
We'll see. If Teat...
No, it's the same month as Bioshock Infinite now.
All right. Well,
they did show some new footage of Bioshock Infinite, and that looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, a bunch of people have gotten a bunch of playtime with it, and apparently it's amazing. So we'll see.
Is it like Skyrim with guns?
It's like
There's definitely Sky.
It's like Bubble Bobble with guns.
Oh man, I love me some Bubble Bobble.
Yeah, there's a big gun.
That was a great game.
Evidently, you can melee kill a guy by stabbing your skyhook into an enemy's face.
I like that.
In Bioshock Infinite.
I do like that. I'm looking forward. I love Kevin Levine's stuff. So
yeah, definitely.
And I'm actually glad it was delayed, because if there is any game that I want to be good and perfect and needs to be good and perfect, it's Bioshock Infinite.
They're delaying it so they can actually put in an online pass.
No, they're not. They took out multiplayer, actually.
Oh, every game needs an online pass, even single-player games.
According to Ken Levine's Twitter, they're delayed for polishing and bug fixing.
That's always good.
Not for fixing the fucking cover art.
And not for fixing the cover art, which is basically Drake's Fortune flipped around. It is exactly Uncharted Drake's Fortune.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right.
It is exactly Uncharted Drake's Fortune flipped around. Like, that's what it is. He's even wearing the same fucking holster.
Really? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Look at the cover art for Drake's Fortune, and it's basically the same as Bioshock, but flipped around. It's ridiculous.
Alright, Uncharted Drake's Fortunes and Bioshock Infinite cover art.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a side-by-side comparison.
Side-by-side comparison.
Yeah, that's him looking surly with a shotgun, I guess.
It's a small shotgun type of thing.
Yeah, I know. That's him looking surly with a shotgun.
Yeah.
That's him looking surly with a shotgun.
He's sure. Yeah. Like, I bet he, you know what, from looking at that picture, I bet he drinks Dr. Pepper 10.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah.
That shotgun is actually, it doesn't shoot bullets, it shoots Dr. Pepper 10 is what it does.
It's got a wide enough barrel, it's a big enough gauge to shoot Dr. Pepper 10. And that's a guy that, he has the most manly hair.
Oh, well. The manly hair.
He's got the stubble, and there's only a certain caliber of man that can actually pull off the kerchief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My shotgun's Dr. Pepper gauge.
Only a man that manly can belligerently shoot Dr. Pepper 10 into a crowd of people living in the sky.
And, he's going to be, he's going to do a skyhook, he's going to jump down on a platform, kicking open the door, say, "The doctor's in."
That's for you.
All right.
Dr. Pepper 10! Dr. Pepper 10 for everybody!
When are we
I'm thirsty! Just put it in your mouth. Put that shotgun in your mouth. Get some Dr. Pepper 10!
Only for men, though.
Only for men. I need all the men to line up!
It's going in a really weird place very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh, that's all I got for tonight.
Yeah. That sounds about good.
Oh, man. All right, guys. Well, thanks, everyone, for watching at home. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Chris Davis, for coming out. Make sure you check out our main website, 4playernetwork.com. Add us all on Twitter. And please subscribe. Subscribing really helps us out, helps us keep on doing what we're doing here. And we love our subscribers. You're all special people. All right.
And be sure to check us out in a few days in which this episode appears on YouTube.
Yeah, this episode will be on YouTube in a couple of days. So, all right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.